If you keep houseplants, you really need to use saucers, but I see a lot of people use them the wrong way. So let me give you a quick tutorial on how you're supposed to use these things. So here's the first mistake I see people make. You've got your saucer in there, which helps keep your floors from getting dirty whenever you water your plants because it catches the excess water that comes out the bottom. So let's go ahead and water this all the way through. We've got water coming out the bottom. Eventually it's going to pool in here. So the first mistake people make is they leave this water in here, sometimes indefinitely until it just eventually goes away. But if you leave water in your saucer for days on end, you're actually going to oversaturate your roots, and this is the easiest way for you to give your plant root rot. So leave the water in the saucer for 30, 45 minutes, let it absorb what it wants to absorb, but then you gotta take that out and get rid of it. The next mistake I see people make has to do with bottom watering. Now with bottom watering, people are either putting their water straight into the saucer and then setting the plant down into it, or they'll pour the water right alongside here, and then they'll allow it to sit for 30 or 45 minutes and allow it to absorb this way. Now this is instead of pouring the water into the top, which would be top watering. Now there's nothing wrong with bottom watering. It is a great strategy to water a lot of plants without getting the foliage wet. The problem is if they either don't put enough water in here. For example, this is a small saucer that is very snug to the pot of this plant, and so you might not get a lot of volume of water in here or not enough to thoroughly soak the entire root ball. So if you do bottom water, after it's done absorbing, make sure you touch the top of the soil and feel that it's actually wet all the way to the top of the pot. And then, of course, dump out the excess water when you're done. And if you want to be sure that your plant is getting enough water when you bottom water it, you can always buy an extra deep saucer, which will hold much more water and do a better job of watering the soil. So definitely get some saucers, but make sure you use them the correct way in your house. That was accurate.